welcome to Tea Time. That's right, it's tea time. It's afternoon tea this time. So in the studio today, I have Mark Williams. He is the founder of Pink Thursday. So I'm just going to read a little bit on Mark, on how this all started, and then we're just going to jump in and have a good old yummy tea time. So Mark Williams is the founder of Pink Thursday, is a man inspired and a man determined to make a positive difference in the world. Pink Thursday is an anti-bullying awareness initiative born out of personal experience and the worrying changes social and political climate. With Pink Thursday, Williams hopes to inspire a global project of bullying prevention, rising above the personal experiences with being bullied. Mark Williams embraces the words of one of his inspirations, Nelson Mandela, and applies it to his ideology. If someone can be taught to hate, they can be taught to love. In 2016, Mark began wearing a pink shirt at his place of employment. It was a silent declaration of his personal stand against bullying. Soon others would inquire about Mark's shirt, and as he shared his philosophy, the Pink Thursday movement started to spread. For Williams, this is more than just about creating awareness. Mark Williams wants to change the world. As a former victim, now turned survivor and activist, Mark Williams is resolved to create a safe space where those who are being victimized and other survivors can reach out for their help regardless of station, culture, or background. While this is an initiative born in British Columbia, Canada, Mark Williams is determined to take Pink Thursday global. As he wears his pink shirt, shares his story, and continues to inspire others, one thing is for certain, the movement is definitely catching on. Mark Williams, Pink Thursday is for everyone. So welcome, Mark. Thank you so much for joining me today in the studio. I am honored to have you here. So share a little bit on how this all started, a little deeper into it than what I've shared with the bio.
Okay, let me first say thank you for having me in the studios, and let me say good evening, good afternoon to all your listeners wherever you are. As you know, my name is Mark Williams. I started Pink Thursdays just about 4 or 5 years ago, and it's really started from my personal experience, and also witnessing people being bullied. And so one of the things that I didn't want to be a bystander, so I actually pushed myself and asked myself these questions, and I made the choice to create a platform where people can actually talk about it and maybe find allies in their quest to actually live the best life I know they can live. So that's really where it started. It started from me, and also it started from witnessing other people being bullied. Yeah. So I really hope that all your viewers here today actually take a greater look at themselves and the choice they can play in ending bullying and also racism, which I think is one of the biggest form of bullying, actually.
So what's with the pink shirt?
So pink is a color that I know a lot of people are uncomfortable wearing, and it's a very popular color. So I choose pink because I know it makes a lot of people uncomfortable, and a lot of people, when speaking with them, don't have a lot of pink in their closet. So I choose the color pink as a symbol of love. I see it as a symbol of love, and I also want people to feel uncomfortable because the victims of bullying are uncomfortable every day. So wearing a pink shirt is uncomfortable for a lot of people. So I choose the color pink.
So how many people are a part of the Pink Thursday so far, Mark?
So far, I can't really put a number to it. So far, I have over 4,000 followers. But I think it's more than that because not everybody is out there liking and also showing that they're a follower. But I do know a lot of people like our posts and like the work that we're doing because it's very important work that we're doing. And like I said before in my post, bullying is not something that affects just a group of people. It affects every single human being on this planet. And that's why we are trying to launch a global awareness in terms of how we can create even more awareness and maybe we may not be able to eliminate it, but we can reduce the impact it has on a lot of people.
Yeah, for sure. And if we don't try, we don't know, right?
Exactly.
So what message would you like to give to everybody out there since you've started this? Like, what have you noticed since you've started it?
Oh yeah, great question. What I've noticed is a lot of people start speaking up. Since I started this platform, I've been featuring people on a weekly basis, sometimes twice a week, because we are so out there now. So I've witnessed a lot of people are becoming more vocal, which is exactly my mission, is to empower people to use their voice to make a difference rather than segregate themselves. Use your voice to educate and teach one. I like this mentality, each one teach one mentality. So that's how we can also empower other people to create their own voice as well.
So in your bio, you mentioned that you want to make this global. So how like you want to see this everywhere? Like, do you have
Absolutely.
like a time frame for it? Like 3 years, 5 years?
No time frame. This is going to be ongoing work. Bullying started way back then, and I don't foresee it's going to stop in the immediate future. But I mean, it's work that we need to do. And is there a time frame? Absolutely no. Absolutely no. So here's how I was. If each of us hold ourselves responsible and start respecting other people. So I think Thursday we promote three things: respect, support, and love. And if we can practice these three things on a daily basis and show it to our fellow colleagues at school, at work, or in a community, or any place, a matter of fact, if we can respect people, other people might go on to respect other people, and that's the mentality I want to create in each of us.
So you want that ripple effect?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, yeah, absolutely. I want Mark on Tea Time because that's what Tea Time is about. It's the ripple effect, right? If you don't try, you don't know. If you don't share, you don't know. And this is what we need to do is spread awareness.
And absolutely, one thing I want to also say is that a lot of people wait until they are being bullied, and I want to say to your audience today, don't wait until something happened to you or somebody close to you. Bullying can strike at any time, and it can strike you at any time. So I also like to use the story of the Noah on the ark, right? Don't wait till the dung pour start happening to actually try to get on the ark.
Yeah,
um,
right?
yeah, so yeah, now is the time. Your action does matter, and you know yeah, let's work together. Let's make a difference. Let's start this awareness. Because I also think bullying is an adult issue, and if we as adults hold ourselves accountable, the kids will follow us, and they'll we will be role models for our kids. And that's the ripple effect that I also want to see as well.
Exactly. I agree with that. Like we are role models. If we want to set an example, we have to step up, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. And that's what I tell my kids all the time. Like I'm here setting an example for you guys, so you don't repeat the craziness, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly. And we don't even know the impact we have on our kids sometimes. They may not say it to us, but we are great role models for our kids and our kids' friends. So hold yourself accountable.
exactly. So what does tea mean to Mark?
Tea. Tea is a great way to replenish. Replenish,
Oh,
replenish. Yeah. So it's a great way for me to replenish after, let's say, for example, a hectic day at work, or playing my favorite game, cricket. In cricket, they have tea
oh,
break.
I haven't played that in years. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So there you go. There you go. In cricket, you have a tea break. So it's to
Yeah.
replenish. It's to replenish and to regroup and refocus. So that's what tea means to me.
Oh, awesome. So if I
Yeah.
gave you the letters TEA, what words would come to mind for each letter?
T will be thankful. I will be very thankful to
Oh,
everyone, and um, also A is for, I want to say apple.
we can have an apple with tea,
So
right?
I'm gonna say I'm very thankful to everyone having an apple
There
with a
we
cup of
go,
tea.
right? Have an apple in your tea.
Exactly.
Well, it's like the lesson in school, right? We always give the teacher an apple. So I like that. And I
Hey,
like that it's different, Mark, because that's what I mean is each tea time is different, right? And each person is
exactly.
different. And each story is different. So with the stories that come to you, I'm sure there's different stories. And have any of them really surprised you at all? Like, has any of them like, wow, like, to that degree that they went that far? Or
Not surprising at all. For me, every story is unique, and I also try to not impose my opinion on any one experience. Because the reason why I create a platform is to get people to use their voice, and I also try to not impose my opinion or thoughts of, I want to encourage. So that's the position I take on most experiences that I've encountered, is to support, because that's one of the things that I'm big on in I think towards is to support that individual.
hmm. Yeah, because when people come to me for tea time, they share their personal stories sometimes, and I'm like, wow, it's not the judgment. It's just goes to show how hard some people will be, and how the world is. And that's why I'm really big on humanity, because we're lacking it. We need it.
Exactly, and the hardest thing I've seen, Liz, is that when somebody is or has experienced bullying, the hardest thing for them is to reach out for help and support, and the fact that that individual has the strength and the courage to come forward. I have the greatest respect for anyone who take that step, because I understand, based on experience. I understand how difficult it is, and I try to not impose. I give them the space, and a lot of times, Liz, they have a lot of answers if we listen.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
If they listen, that's the number one thing is listening, right? Because I'm noticing that with everything going on, with everything in the world right now, everybody's adjusting, right? And now it's the cyberbullying, it's the online bullying that is increasing, because people are behind the screen, so they think they can say anything they want or do whatever they want when they want. And uh, so how do we reach and stop that? Like, how do we bring an end to that, Mark?
So again, it all boils down to choices, right? It boils down to accountability, and that's one of the things that I really want to stress today, is to hold yourself accountable, because your choice to hurt somebody may not be intentional, but behind the screen, it may not your intent may not be to hurt that individual, but what you say actually does hurt that individual. So if you hold yourself accountable and said, hey, what I say today, is it gonna affect this individual? And if you could make the choice not to push that button, um, you correct the behavior on your own. And that's exactly what I want to see, because we cannot police everybody. Okay, it's impossible, and you cannot hold everyone accountable. What you can do is empower people to hold themselves accountable, and that's what I'm think towards is about, is to encourage each person today, is to practice respect, support, and love. And here's why: if you don't have love, it's very hard to give respect to anybody. It's it's almost impossible to respect anyone. And if you cannot respect anybody, you cannot support nobody. It's that simple. So why we use these three words. And I've thought about it on hard. I thought about it long and hard as to how they work together, and they actually all work together. So it's all start with love for yourself. If you cannot love yourself, don't kid yourself. You cannot love anybody else. It's that simple.
Yeah, I agree with that, Mark. Like, if you don't love yourself, how can you love anybody else, right?
Exactly. And also, one of the things that I've also learned, Liz, is that people who are cyberbullying, they are hurting as hell. They're hurting. They're hurting very, very much. And they don't have love. They lack love. So when they remove themselves behind from that screen, and they're in the open, and you show them love, a lot of times they change. A lot of time they change, because they don't expect that. They don't expect somebody to be nice to them.
Yeah.
And by being nice, you know, I am hoping that ripple effect starts, because and that's where the accountability comes in again, right? And choices. Hey, now that somebody showed me love, I have a choice to show somebody else love now, or continue on my destructive path. It's your choice.
Exactly. So if anybody would like to get a hold of you, Mark, where can they find you?
So right now we are on Facebook. We have a website up last couple of days ago, and also we are on Instagram. So at Pink for Thursdays, you can find us on Instagram or Facebook, and also our website is www.pinkforthursdays.org.
I believe I just put it up. So we do have some viewers that are watching, and they're sending questions in, and for some reason they're not going into the studio. But I have a question here. So what is the vision of Pink Thursday?
So Pink Thursday's vision is simple. The vision is to create a platform where everyone feel empowered and they can get support, respect, and love, and that's our vision. And I can also tell our mission is to create a global initiative where everyone can be respected, be supported, and loved at the same time. So our vision is not too far from our mission, really.
So are you looking for people to send videos in, pictures in? How does that work, Mark?
So what we do at Pink Thursdays every Thursday and also on Sundays as well, we encourage people from around the world to send us a photo or a video of why you think it's important for us to work together to end bullying and racism. Because like I said, racism is one of the biggest form of bullying out there, and you know we want to hear from the people. So because a lot of times if we listen, like I said, the people have the answers, and that's how we solve global issues. It's not from the top down, it's usually from the bottom up. So that's why I'm using my platform, is to get people at the grassroots level from the bottom sharing real experiences, real stories as to how we can make the world a better place.
Awesome. So we have another question here. Is Pink Thursday for children?
Everyone. Pink Thursday, great question. Pink Thursdays for everyone. Like I said earlier on in our discussion, I strongly believe, and we at Pink Thursday strongly believe that bullying is an adult issue. And once we as adults start modeling good habits and good role models, the kids will follow. So yes, it does impact the kids. So yes, it belongs to kids as well. No one is excluded. Absolutely no one.
Awesome. So do you want people wearing pink on a Thursday? Like, where's the Thursday come in?
So yeah, let me give you a story as to how the Thursday come in. So yeah. So when I thought about a day when it is best to actually resolve issues for people, what I find in my experience is that a lot of people who experience bullying, they hate weekends. They have a love-hate relationship with weekends because they don't look forward to the next week. They don't want to start the next work week or the next school week, whatever it is. So I always said if I could pick a day when I could resolve an issue for somebody, it would be on a Thursday, because now that person is bright on Friday and they look forward to spending a good time on the weekend, replenish with some tea, hopefully, and they look forward to and they look forward to starting the work week on a better note, because they're not so stressed about the experiences, and that's where the date Thursday came in. It was, I wish I could resolve issues for people before the weekend, because a lot of times they go to their personal space and they isolate themselves. They don't have nobody to talk to, and that's when they turn to alcohol, drugs, and God knows what else. So if I could resolve anything for anyone, it would be on a Thursday.
I like that. I really like that, because I was wondering that myself. Why Thursday? Like, why Pink Thursday? So yeah, I like that. Like, because you're right. When we're getting bullied, or we're going through a hard time, we don't want to see the next week. We don't want to see, So I like that. I really like that.
Yeah, I like that as well.
So what kind of tea is Mark drinking today?
So yeah, I have a tropical tea. It's pineapple, orange, and mango. It's a tropical tea. As you know, we're in the rain city over here, Liz. We're in BC. Liquid sunshine. So I have some liquid sunshine with me.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Liquid sunshine. I really like that. I'm gonna have to
Yes,
grab that one because we do need that liquid sunshine, right? Like we're in Canada.
absolutely.
One day it's raining, one day it's snowing. You know, you never know what you're gonna get in Canada.
Hmm.
So,
Yes,
so
yes.
do you have other things related to the Pink Thursday? Like, do you have a walk? Do you have an event like once a year, an annual event? And how many years has this been going on?
So this has been going on in the fifth year now.
Oh wow!
And yeah, yeah. So one of the things, Liz, that I am really focused on is voices. I want to use my platform to empower people to speak up. So going forward, yes, the idea would be to hold like little walks or whatever that is what my team comes up with. But in the meantime, is I want people to fight to speak up. My campaign is about speaking up. Let's identify the issues before we start challenging them or fixing them. So once people start speaking up, then we document all these ideas that people brought forward. Now we just challenge them. Yeah.
Awesome. So, what message would you like to give to the children out there that are watching today?
Yes. To all the kids out there that are listening, I want you to know that you're loved and there is support out there for you. If you have encountered or experienced bullying, talk to some adult in your life. Don't don't turn to drugs or alcohol, and don't go in your room and lock yourself in the room and sleep all day. Talk to a responsible adult because there's love and support out there for you. There is.
So, is Pink Thursday connected with any other organizations where you are? Like, are
Not
you
at the moment.
partnered up with anybody?
Not at the moment, because right now we are in the developing phase. As you know, we're in the developing phase, so we try to keep ourselves a little bit distant from the more established organization. And also, what I also don't want to do is to take away from other organization because every organization has a unique way of addressing the same issue, and I also want to be respectful of that. Is to let them use their platform to their advantage as well. So in the future, do I want to team up with anyone? Absolutely. I'm open to any idea as to who want to work with us to fight against bullying because I mean the competition is really against bullying and not each organization. I want to make that very clear. We're not competing against each other, or if that happened, it's we're competing against bullying, and that's the real issue.
So, I seen somewhere you were at a fire department with some with your children, I believe.
Yeah, with a different kids in the neighborhood. Yeah. About 3 years ago, roughly, I wrote 3 years ago. The fire department in Coquitlam, through a good friend, endorsed our campaign and took some photos with us and tried to get the message out there because, like I said, I mean everyone in a position of power. And if you notice, what I've been doing, Liz, is to use people in position of power
Yep.
that to help us get this message out. I try to identify with leaders in the community who that will help us advance our awareness and our mission. So yeah,
I
they
think
were
that's really important, Mark, because the leaders are the voices, right?
absolutely, and the fire department in Coquitlam, I mean they have been endorsing a lot of great initiative throughout the community, and they've been doing fantastic work, and to get their endorsement was really a good thing for us.
Yeah, I check out your pictures all the time because, like, and I like the messages on the pictures. Like, I really find that that's empowering, and there are really strong messages out there. You know, because bullying is different for everybody. It's not the same for everyone. So, I I like the uniqueness of the messages.
Absolutely, and in the beginning, Liz, what I used to do is to try to write my messages as well. Like every week, I used to write my own message on behalf of Pink Thursday. But I digress a little bit from that, and also let the people speak up and use my platform to share their experiences and how they think we can end bullying. Because like what I want to do is to also listen to people and also to use my platform to be a source of information for even counselors, or who might want to help somebody and say, hey, now I've read your story, now here's what I would suggest that will help you. I want it to be an information source for the community as well.
So we have another question here. They're asking, are you going into schools to talk about bullying?
At the moment, no. In the future, yes.
Okay.
And the reason why we have not done that is because we're still in the developing phases. There's still a little bit of work need to be done behind the scenes. So when that is done, absolutely yes. The intention will be to go into schools because you want to get this to the kids before they become adult.
For sure. So I'm just checking all the different places for questions, and for some reason they're not coming in the studio. They're all going on all these different. So it's just like, oh my goodness, over here. So I'm just like a multi-mouse here over here. So
I'm open to any questions. I'm open. This is my show.
This is my
time. This is me in the studio. Hey, ask me anything. Ask me anything.
No, today you're the teacher. I'm the student.
Okay.
So, Mark, what has been your experience like with life, like in general, with everything going on with COVID? Do you find that there's an increase, like with society, like people closing up more? Like,
fantastic question. Yes, COVID. I don't know. Has highlighted erosion in morality, if I could say it that way. I have seen a massive erosion in morality happening. And I don't know if it was there before COVID, or maybe COVID is just coming out during this time. It's very sad. It's very sad. I honestly find people very cold. Very cold. And a lot of people, they try to fake it. And you can see right through it. You can see right through it. And it's so sad. It's so sad. Sometimes I just wanted to just pull an individual and say, listen, just speak up.
Yeah.
Something is going on. Talk about it. And that's the way to get help. Yeah, COVID is you've seen a lot of I've read the papers and on the news, you see this massive incline in domestic abuse and just violence in general. People just this massive disregard for life in general. Racism is on the increase. I've seen situations where people exploit COVID to execute dangerous agendas, and it makes you wonder: was it there before? That's the main question, or is this people reacting because they've been isolated? I really don't have the answer to that, but I have seen a massive erosion in morality. Yeah, to just summarize it.
Yeah, I've noticed that too, and that's why I always ask my guests, right? Do you guys notice a change? With people in society, I find the interaction and people like somebody who hugged you yesterday won't even hug you today. You know what I mean? There's a distance. Cold.
Yeah. Very cold, and boy, it's scary. Also, you want to know if is this the new beginning, or is this the new way of living, that we just not going to be nice to each other. It's a scary moment at this time. I mean, but here's what I want to say. At Pink Thursday, I mean, we want to provide hope, because our base is love, and once you have love, and I see people are afraid unless to use the word love. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to use the word love. I love my friends. I love my coworkers. I love my community. I am not afraid to use the word love, because if you don't have love in you or love for yourself, don't kill yourself or try to fool anyone.
Yeah.
You cannot love anybody else. So when I see somebody else is being mean to some other person, I know right away. I know right away that person has no love in them. They don't. Because love will not allow you to do or hurt somebody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Love is not intentional, right? You don't go out and hurt people intentionally. It's a choice.
Exactly. It's a choice. It's a choice.
So we have a great question here. So what is the anti-bullying policy?
So, yeah, that's a question that I would absolutely forward to our leaders. Hey, tell us what is the anti-bullying policy? I don't see one at the moment. I really don't see one because we there's no accountability. I mean, we continue to see people in position of power get into position of power because they've been bullying other people all their life, and we reward them by giving them a bigger position. So yeah, I hope there's somebody out there in a position of power listening, and I will want to know where's the policy because I don't see one.
I really like that question because I'm the same way. Where is it? Right? So
I don't see one.
We have another good question. Is there a bullying law?
Again, I really hope there's somebody out there listening. Where's the law to hold people accountable? Because I will be the first to use it. I would be the first to use it. I don't see a law and I don't see a policy. And it's really, really, those are very, very good questions. And whoever asked them, thank you for those questions. Yeah, I mean, we need laws. We need policies to hold people accountable. Because if they're not going to take the initiative to hold themselves accountable, then yeah, there is a need for policies and laws. And I don't see them. I don't see them.
I don't know who this person is, but God, they have good questions.
Very good question.
So thank you so much for reaching out and asking these questions. We have another question from this person. What is the laws in schools for bullying? Is there any punishment or I can't say that word. So repercussions?
I think some schools have some policies in place. I mean, I can only testify based on the school my kids go to. Some school has policies in place where they will take action against a bully, but who knows? Who knows how far they're willing to go? I don't know. I don't have the answer to that. But also, that's another great question. So we need policies and laws in place also to hold the schools accountable if nothing has been done, because I've heard from parents that some kids in different school experience bullying and nothing's happened, but in my kids' school I can tell you something has been done. I cannot speak on a general basis here.
I don't know where this person's coming from, but holy cow, like I really love the in-depth questions because this is what we need. We need the answers.
Very good questions. I mean, I appreciate them. I appreciate them.
Yeah. So, okay, so we have another question. What can students do about school bullying? So I guess when you were in school, was there somebody you could turn to when you were being bullied? Were you bullied in school, Mark?
I'm from the Caribbean. No, we deal with bullies in a different way. So no, that doesn't exist.
That's another cup of tea.
No, I wasn't bullied in school. So no. And again, I came from a different culture, but speaking here, the fact that I'm here. If you're in school and you're experiencing bullying, I do know there's school counselors. Reach out to a school counselor or a teacher. And also, don't be afraid to reach out to somebody in the community. That's probably where you will get the most support. I mean, because, the school has certain policies as to how and where they can share information and who they can share information with. So don't be afraid to reach out to an adult in the community if you're not getting anywhere in the school system. Because, I mean, like, I'm not afraid to say it, the whole system is corrupt.
Yep. I agree. So on a personal question, Mark, as a father and as a mother, as parents, what can we do for our children who have been bullied?
Love. The answer is very simple to me, and I live it every day with my kids. I teach them to love because it's a cycle. It's a very vicious cycle, bullying, because victims of bullying, people who experience bullying, tend to go on to become bullies as well. So the only thing that can break that vicious cycle is to teach your kids to love. Once you're able to love, once you start showing the bullies themselves love, the bullying disappear. That's the
Yeah.
message you need to send to your kids. Teach our kids to love. Don't be afraid to use it.
So we do have some comments that are coming in the studio now. So I don't know if there's a lag or what's going on, but I have like questions coming here, questions coming there. But
Bring 'em on.
I really like that we got these deep discussions going on and these deep questions coming in, because this is what we need, right? We need
Absolutely.
answers, and we need to understand why there aren't any anti-policies that we know of, and is there any laws out there that we don't know of? You know.
Well, Liz, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna reach out to the leaders that I know, and I'm gonna ask them to provide me a policy and a law that address bullying and racism. I would like to see it.
I would too. I really would, because bullying is not just in Canada; it's all over, right? So
It's a global thing. Yeah.
So we do have another question here. So how can a caring adult work with a bully?
Here's the thing.
I don't know if I want to work. But then again, we're not here to judge, right? So
No. What you can do, like I said, is you can only control yourself. Okay. And here's what I would do if I were in your position. If I'm working with a bully, I hold myself accountable. I treat that person how I want to be treated. And you know what? More often than not, they digressed. The bullying stopped. When you react, the worst thing you can give to a bully is react to what they're doing to you. Once you react, they got you.
Yeah.
They got you. So don't react. You show them that you are bigger than that. You're bigger than what you're receiving. Show them love.
yeah, my biggest thing is just say thank you. Thank you. Shuts them right down. They're like, what? She just said. They're all like confused, and they're like, I don't know where to go with her now.
they can't believe. No, same here. Like if I experience that, I don't react. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I just said this to Mark and he didn't even blink. It's like in one ear is out the other. I don't react to negativity, period.
So we do have comments, so I'm bringing them up as they're coming in. Like I said, there's a lag, so we have different questions that are coming in. I really like whoever's asking these questions. Like, I don't know you personally, but thank you so much, because this is what we need. We need this awareness, and this is what Teatime is for, is to bring awareness and to get the answers. And if there's no laws and there's no policies, then we make one. You know,
Great.
We start and we make one. And Mark's the guy for it, so go to Mark.
Hey, absolutely. I will start the petition to get policies and laws in place. This is the time we must act. Actions speak louder than words. Okay.
Exactly.
If you want to get a reaction out of me, this is how you get a reaction out of me. Something positive.
Oh, we have a question here. I'm going to bring it up on the screen so you can see. Can you read that, Mark?
Says, what time of reaction would be acceptable when a boundary is pushed? Pause. Don't react. Do not react to a bully. Pause. Because you can only control yourself. Okay? Don't respond verbally or something in writing, because at that moment you might say things that you might regret. And then it doesn't solve any issue. It doesn't solve the problem. So take a moment and pause. And once you find yourself and you're calm enough, then maybe you can say, hey, to the bully, what you said to me yesterday or last week was not appropriate, and I didn't like it. But take a moment to pause. Don't react right away. Please don't ever do that.
Yeah, I used to be the reacting mom. I would react to everything. I'd be like, oh, and then I'd be like, Mom, just take a minute, take a break, just pause. And it has made a difference, because it gives us time to reflect on not wanting to say something that we will regret in the future, So we just take a moment and just go to the side.
To elaborate a bit more on that question, one thing bullies want is they're looking for a reaction out of you. And when you don't give them one, they themselves are frustrated because they don't know what else to do. And also when their intention is to get you mad, right? They get you upset. And at that moment, that's the worst time to react because you're mad. When people are mad or upset, anything comes out. Anything comes out. And there's a saying, you should never react to somebody who is negative, because the people who are looking may not know the difference who's in the wrong, right? So always pause. That's the moral.
Oh, and we have a good question here. Why is bullying such an important problem?
Why it's an important problem? It is what I find. It's like money. I find it's a root cause for a lot of things. And people who bully other people, they operate from a base of fear, and they operate on a base of they want to oppress you. They want to keep you from growing, and anything that keeps you from growing is not good for our community. It's not good for the world, because we all need growth. Life points upward. Okay, and anybody that keeps you down, it's not good for our society.
Okay, we have another question here, Mark. So what are the warning signs that a child is being bullied?
Great question. A warning sign is that they become silent. They become silent. They become and they isolate. Checking on your kids. They isolate. They no longer communicate with you. They shut down because they don't know. Think about it this way: if we as adults is shutting down, think about the impact this has on kids. They're more likely to just their grades, they affect their grade. Everything shuts down. They completely shut down. And once you start seeing that, maybe it's time to intervene. And it's going to be difficult because a lot of times kids don't react very well with their parents, or they're not that very transparent with their parents. So maybe a friend, or maybe a counselor would be a good way to start.
So we have another question here. What if your child is bullying someone? What would you do as a parent?
Again, love. The remedy or the solution is love. If my kid is bullying another kid, I will immediately intervene and say, hey, let's spend some time together. I immediately try.
Oh, I like that.
I blanket him with love. And once he starts feeling that love, he's more likely to pass it on. It's a ripple effect. So again, I'm very, very big on love. I mean, it's something that I find that is very lacking in our society. People are afraid to use the word love these days. I'm not, and I want to bring it back in our communities. Teach your kids to love. That's the main foundation.
Mark's just a big old love bug.
I'm a big love bug. Yeah.
I like that you say that you would pull them aside and spend time with them, because I really believe that is what they're calling out for, right? They're calling for affection. They're calling for attention. They're calling for something. It's a cry out.
Absolutely. And it's something lacking. And it's brilliant. Truly, it's attention. It's love.
Yeah. I really like that you said that, Mark, because I've noticed that with kids that bully other kids, or they're being bullied at home by their parent too, because parents do bully too, So
absolutely.
It's not just schools. It's not just children that are bullying or adults bullying each other. There are parents that bully their kids, and
no doubt about that. I mean, everything, most of these issues starts at home, to be honest.
Exactly. And that's where we need to bring the awareness, especially with COVID, with everybody locked up. I can imagine, like, some kids, their safety was in school, so now they're locked in and they're getting this full force 24/7. So
it's sickening. It's absolutely sickening because we're better than this, and we have kids because we want to create a future that is better than ours, and if we're not teaching our kids to be better than who we are, we fail them miserably, and we fail ourselves.
Exactly. So, any final words, Mark, before we close up tea time?
So, my final word to your audience and to you as well is to let's embrace three things. Starting today, if you haven't done so, I want you to practice love, respect, and support to somebody who has a different opinion, or maybe somebody different than you. Let's practice to embrace each other, and by doing so, I'm hoping that we can start a ripple effect of love in our community and around the world.
I like that. I like that you give the audience, the viewers, if you're watching now or if you watch the replay, giving them tools on how to better themselves. Because
Absolutely. I mean, like I said earlier on in the show, it's each one teach one mentality. No one individual have all the answers, and until you're prepared to listen to each and every one story, you may never get the answer until you do so.
exactly. Well, I really want to thank you, Mark, for joining me today in the studio. And this was really an incredible tea time. Like the questions were just coming in all over the place. So I like deep discussions. I'm a person who likes deep discussions, and I'm the one that likes to ask the questions. I'm not scared to ask those hard questions. Like if there is no law and there is no policy out there, how do we make one? Like, how do we start banging on doors, and start saying, hey, like this, we need to do this, because that's who I am. I'm just like, what, if there's not one, I'm going to do it. I'm going to try, so.
Yes, Liz, I also want to take this opportunity to thank you. You have been doing amazing work. I've been following you, and you've been so gracious having me on your show, and your show is fantastic. And I will absolutely do anything to help reach out to get more people on your show, because we need to hear more voices. We need more answers. And to all your viewers out there, thank you for listening. And also, if you want to follow us on our mission to make this world a better place, we're on Facebook, Instagram, and you can also follow up on our website, www.pinkforthursdays.org. And to that individual who was asking those very, very strong question, those probing questions, thank you. Reach out to me, whoever you are. Let's get some policies and laws in place. That's how we can hold people accountable.
Oh, thank you so much, Mark. And I want to thank my son for jumping in as well, because he's the G48. So if you support him as well, check out his Twitch channel. And again, I really am honored and privileged that my children support me in this movement that I've created. And I just wanted to make a difference, just bring some voices to the table. People, everyday people that are making a difference, like yourself, Mark. So thank you so much. I am so honored to have you here. And like I said, if anybody would like to join the Pink Thursday movement, get a hold of Mark. Check him out. He's on Instagram, Twitter, not on YouTube yet, right?
Not on YouTube yet.
Okay, so that's in the goal, right?
It's in the works. It's in the works. Yes.
There's lots of things in the works. He's a love bug. He's gonna get he's gonna get out there and spread that love.
I'm the love sponge. Yeah.
There you go. Oh, love sponge. So he gives it and he takes it. So he likes the love. So
I love the love. Yeah. And yeah. You've been doing great work, and support Liz. I mean, let's get this campaign out there. I wanna bring more people to your show. So I'm also gonna be doing some advertising for you as well. So you're doing an amazing thing, and when we have people like you who dedicate their time to bring the world and to make the world a better place, I mean, I have nothing but love and full support to you. Full credit for everything you do, and I'm very grateful to have met you, and you have inspired me and motivate me to continue to my mission to make the world a better place as well.
You're gonna make me cry. I'm not. I do it because it comes from the heart, and it's like you said. We can't fake love. You do it because you love it. The passion's there. And for me, it's tea. I'm just crazy about tea. I'm crazy about different cups and different flavors. And that's what people are. We're just different cups and different flavors. And we're going to just make a difference, one cup at a time, one story at a time. And so again, Mark, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you to the viewers out there. And for the ones that are going to watch the replay, if you'd love to share this tea time, go ahead. The tea times are public tea times. All of my tea times can be shared. They're on my YouTube channel. Share them away. Get the messages out there of all my tea time guests, because each one is different and unique and doing something that they are passionate about. And Mark is passionate about bullying. So if you know somebody who is being bullied, please reach out to Mark and his team and support them and spread the love, because Mark is a sponge. He's sucking the love up. So again, thank you so much. And thank you to everyone who's watched me today on Tea Time. And we will see you next week. Oh, no, we will see you this week. I have another tea time coming up. So, so I am going to be jumping all over. So there's not a special day that tea time comes. So just pay attention. And if you see a tea time pop up, join, support. And if you can't come and watch the tea time, watch the replay or share the tea time and share my guests, because I appreciate all of my guests for joining and taking the time to make time for me for tea. So thank you, Mark, and thank you everyone out there. And I will see you this week with another tea time. So thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, and no, I will before I forget, we will make a difference one cup of tea at a time. I always forget my cup of tea, because this is the reason we're here, is that cup.